All right, guys, welcome back to Crossman Productions. Hey, guys, we got a great show. I have Wolverine back on and Terry from Beyond the Slap. We're going to talk a little bit about Powerslap 13, some of the outcomes. We're going to go over our predictions to see which one of us got them right, which one of us got them wrong. I think I probably got as many wrong as I did right. But those Power Slap 13 was crazy. We're going to talk about some of the things that happened in Power Slap 13. But tonight, we're going to, well, in a minute, we're going to talk about tomorrow night, which is Power Slap 14. We're going to go over the card on that, give our predictions, and we got a big show for you guys tonight. So we'll go ahead and get things kicked off, bring Ron and Terry in.
How's it going?
What's up, brothers?
How's it going?
Great.
Right, cool.
Hot out here in Vegas.
Awesome. Hey, our special guest is going to join us in about 2 minutes. So let me just text him back real quick. So we do have a special guest tonight, but you guys will be excited. So Power Slap 13. There's a lot of, I don't know, I want to say controversial things that happened in Power Slap 13. I want to say two things. I want to say that I think that Luke was robbed because I think Alan got away with a couple of flinches, and they called Luke on a club, which obviously Luke's going to club somebody if they're flinching. I mean, to me, I don't know. I think that was unfair because Alan did get away with a lot on that. So I think Luke got robbed, and I also think this might be a surprise, but I think that Dumpling got robbed. I think that
I actually interviewed Luke yesterday.
Cool.
I spoke to Luke. I haven't put it out yet. It was a great interview. Luke actually reached out to me for this interview. And
really?
when somebody does that, they get like priority. He's like, "Hey, with the stuff going on your show, is there any way you can get me on?" So I got him on yesterday, and we spoke about that. There was something in particular that many people may not notice, but knowing how they do the smoke and mirrors, I pay attention to. If you go back and look at that match, it's the only match they don't show Alan's feet when he strikes. They show the angle for Luke, his feet, but they do not show his feet at all on any strikes, even on the reruns. But there is a top view at one point. You could see his foot does move. There is a top, but there is no angles, and Alan is the only one they did that for on Power Slap 14. Luke got robbed, but he did not complain. Luke is a warrior. He was glad to get the loss. I don't want to say too much about the interview, but he was super glad to get it out of his way.
Yeah, and you know what? They mentioned it. Whenever the first when they said that Luke clubbed and that Alan flinched, they said he moved his foot. So obviously they didn't show us. I didn't see it, but anyways. So and then your match too, Ron. I think that that I know everybody's giving you grief of that, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit, the grief that they gave you. But I think that you made the right decision on your match. So let's talk about the dumpling match real quick. The dumpling hitman. I don't know. To me, every time I saw I hit dumpling, you could physically see on Dumpling's face where those slaps are landing. And Dumpling kept calling, for clubbing, and they weren't giving the calls to him, and you could clearly see it. I mean, and I think that Dumpling had a case for that.
Ron, your turn, bud.
So this was a match I had to rewatch. Me and my wife rewatched the whole show because I was kind of out of it at that, while it was live. But you could definitely see the handprints were a little deep with the chalk, and I thought, I did not think it was, whatever they gave it, a unanimous majority win. Hell, I thought it should actually be a 6th round or the other way. It's definitely a match that I'd be looking forward to for a rematch. I mean, I know everybody's tired of rematches, but that match was way too close to be called the way it was. So I'd like to see it again with a little bit tighter of calls. Because I mean, you know, the crazy or the Hawaiian Hitman doesn't really have a chin, and you can see the placement that Dumpling kept hitting the same spot, or a neck. I'm sorry, and he kept hitting the same spot over and over, while you can see the chalk from Dumpling was up in here, which I know the Hawaiian Hitman has a big hand. I mean, I think it's actually bigger than his brother's. So, but it just seemed like the bottom of the hand was a little deeper than what the tip of the chin is supposed to be.
Yeah. Dumpling, it seems like he's a pretty chill guy, but you could see he was getting upset in that match. Like,
he was, and then like he was, and he was upset then, and he was upset in the back too. I mean, because he was trying to talk to me. Of course, like I said, I was not 100% there, but my wife was telling me that he was even trying to talk to me at an interpreter. I mean, I spent quite a bit of time talking to him this show, obviously, but it was yeah, he was pretty shook up about the way they called it and the way they scored it.
Right. So, what's your thoughts on Jake?
Man, I had Dumpling down all the way. Dumpling, I feel he was robbed. I'm not gonna throw any shade towards Hitman. He actually, I went down and got to interview him personally. He works at a dispensary here locally, and he's a monster and a teddy bear. He was all about. He's very, very shy when you first meet him. He's not like his brother. A very, very shy guy. So I grew to like him personally more than his brother, if you will. He was the teddy bear. But I was not impressed with his performance at all. I don't know. I thought Dumpling had that easily. How they call that? Yeah, it almost makes me wonder about politics. It's the best I could say, and I'm not one for conspiracy theories. I don't know how they could have called it like it was. And I love Dumpling, man. As a person, they might be mad at me. His brother talks to me every now and then and stuff. He still sends me messages, but and at the end of the day, I love all these guys. If I have to call them out for bullshit, I still love and respect them for what they do. Because I wouldn't do it, and they're entertaining a lot of people. But when there's people slipping up, I do call them out. But to get back, Dumpling had that all the way, in my opinion. I don't know how they called that. Maybe a rerun, maybe to extend this out, build character and have another card with this or something. It's the best I could think of. Dumpling, in my opinion, a lot of people had that match easily. And I love the Hitman. Dana's a great guy as a person, very shy, humble, they're great people, but it is what it is.
Right. So let's talk about your match, Ron, with Rivero. That was tough because Rivero, he kept clubbing, obviously. He kept clubbing. He hit you pretty hard with the club, and then the doctors called the match, and everybody got whatever upset about it, But I honestly think that you did the right thing as a veteran. And Terry and I, when that happened, we were both concerned about you because we could tell how that affected you on the stage. Kind of run us through that a little bit.
I actually didn't even have a say so in it because we rewatched it, and I actually told the doctor and everybody that I didn't want to lose, so I just wanted to keep going. They just told me that they weren't going to let me keep going. It was off of a club. I feel like he clubbed me a couple times. And I think they did call 2 clubs. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember. But and then I know he kept like lowering himself down. I was used to, I was practicing with, my wife holding the pad, at a certain height, and he was like lowering himself down. So it was like almost an awkward, like I was having to swing downward. And it was just that was just a bad matchup for me altogether, for striking and for defense. It was definitely not the way I had it planned out, in my head or, the way I've been training for it at all. So it was a really rough one to rewatch it again.
Yeah. So, but I think you guys made the right decision because Terry tell you I was calling, texting Terry the whole time, and he was talking about Sarah was talking about taking you in to get you checked out, and I was like, that's you need to because I think what people don't realize in this sport is those clubs do a lot of damage. When somebody clubs you, that does a lot of damage, and that right there to me was a great example of the kind of damage somebody could do with the club.
Go ahead, bud. My bad.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say absolutely. As to why I'm always on here. I'm always talking about. Allowing 3 clubs, or 3 fouls is way too much for a title match.
Right.
You're allowed to mess up 3 times before they'll disqualify you in 5 rounds. So if you think about it, you only have to get 3 right. That's a 60%. Hell, and when we were in school, that's failing.
Right.
It should be you mess up once, I get it, jitters, you're nervous, whatever. But after the second time, they got to pull you. I think it was round 1 or round 2, he hit me pretty deep, and that's what started throwing it off. But that second one in round 3, when they stopped, is the one that I wasn't there no more. So
Yeah.
I don't remember interviewing with Charlie afterwards. I don't remember Dana coming up there to put the belt on me. I remember being back there at the doctors and them talking to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember getting back to the back and trying to get my family back there with me. But I don't remember walking. I don't remember, people that I was talking to along the way. It was pretty rough.
Yeah. I was thinking this too. This isn't the first time you've gotten hit that hard. Yeah. Throughout your career, and you've been knocked out. Out of all the times that the slaps you got, was this like the worst effect that you've had?
Yeah. This is the second time I got a concussion. And they didn't even write down I got a concussion on my medical paperwork. They kind of just left it alone. But the other time was against the Bell, but the Bells wasn't as bad. I remember going back there to the doctor. I remember talking to the doctor and stuff like that. It wasn't as this one just seemed to rattle me a little bit heavier, but I think it's more because it was a club. From the concussion was more from a club than just a regular hit.
Yeah, man. So yeah, I'm glad you're doing better. But so what are they going to do with that match? Are they going to just do a rematch, or what are they planning on doing?
I'm gonna assume it's gonna go off of how tomorrow night goes.
Okay.
It's my thinking. It's that's just my opinion. I think if Vern wins, it puts a damper on things. I think it's going to come down to Vern, Allen, or another rematch with Russell. I think if Turpin wins, well, y'all already know. They're pushing Turpin. Can you make 205? Okay, here you go in October.
Right. So, all right. And we're going to get into that too.
Hey, Cross, can I chime in on that one, though, real quick? Because, sometimes the bad guy's got to be the bad guy to speak up for the fans. And, nobody does that a lot of times. So, a lot of times I got to be hard on the guys. With Russell, I love the guy for the sport, but this is continuing with him. He has a lot of fouls. We should expect better from him. And that's not to be critical on him and, by himself. People in general that have been in the sport this long should not be having that many fouls. And, clubbings are serious ones, not just for that fight, for long term. What is it going to do to the champion and other fighters get clubbed long term? They're only looking for that quick belt and that quick win, but long term, what is those fouls going to do? So it's important for people who have been in the sport this long to step up their game. And sometimes I got to be hard and in their face so that they realize what's going on because they're not paying attention what the fans want to see. And the fans are not happy with that. They're pointing out, Russell, this is going on too much. So sometimes I got to speak up on their behalf. And this is way too much for Russell. He's got to clean up his game, or this is just not for him, especially with the amount of people on their roster right now. And again, I like Russell. I was expecting way better performance out of him. Many people were. I'm a huge Wolverine fan, but I was looking forward to this match. Anybody they picked to go against Ron definitely is worthy of it. So it was just a poor performance on. And I'm going to be very critical here on both Hawaiians that night. Very, very bad on for being this long in the game. And again, that's not the point. I'm not singling them out, but sometimes I have to do that so that they realize what's going on and what the fans are saying about them. And just very, very poor on the fouls and stuff.
Right.
They got to clean up their game being in it this long. It's not just for one fight. Long term, we don't know what that's going to do to Ron and Dumpling. We don't know the long term effects. But when you make that many mistakes and you're in it this long, maybe this isn't for you. And I'm not trying to run anybody out. I'm trying to help them get better at their game at the end of the day. Because I love all these guys. So without them, there is no sport.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I mean, because like I said, the damage you could see, especially with what happened with Ron, you could see, to the extent of that damage. Again, like you're saying, that could be something that ends up being long term, and these guys keep doing it. So and
if somebody don't speak up for it, and I got a personal, this is personal to me because a lot of these guys I've grown relationships with. And when you see them get hurt, I'm thinking long term. I don't care about one promotion at the end of the day. There's many promotions, but I do care about the one Wolverines and the baby faces, and those are the ones I care about. And when this crap is going on and it's repeated, I'm like, clean up your game or get out. Well, I don't want to see long term for any of these guys, even Russell. I would not want long term damage. And if it was the other way around, I would definitely be just as critical for anybody I care about in this sport, man. But you got to speak up sometimes and point things out. And that's what I'm trying to do is, Russell, clean up your game or step aside. There's too many people wanting to do this, and you've been in it long enough now. I hope it helps him clean up this game because I like Russell and I like to see him long term. But it's just too many fouls for him. Too many. And it didn't need to happen for the fans who were really wanting to see this match go down. I think a lot of people were disappointed, as is the Dumpling in a Hitman match. Just too many fouls from pros.
Yeah. So, Michael Michelle Brown, she got disqualified for clubbing too with was it Ellie, the new girl? So, I mean,
but she's a little bit newer. She hasn't been around since the beginning. People are going to make mistakes. I accept that. But when you've been here since season 1 and you've been in the game before Powerslap, you should know how to hit by now.
Right. And I like Michael Michelle Brown. I think she's great. But it's the same thing. It's at this point, these guys got to realize that that the clubbing, it could. So some of them, like Turpin, I think intentionally do it because I think that's how they win. You know what I mean? That's one of the reasons. That's the biggest problem I have with Turpin, and we're going to get into the whole Turpin thing in a minute because
I can't wait. I'm excited.
They got to notice the hell out of me because I feel like that's the only way he can win is by clubbing. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I don't know what their whole obsession with this guy is in Powerslap. So, but let's do this. Let's look at. Let's see. I'm going to pull up the matches that's coming up.
On the 14th?
Yeah. We'll do our predictions for the next one. Let's do this.
Bring them up so I can see as well.
All right. So we'll start off with the coin toss. So these are the winners of the coin toss, which is another big controversial thing right now that I wanted to talk about. I know that a lot of people think that the coin toss matters. I know that Brandon Bordeaux just did a piece on it, and I kind of agree with part of what Brandon was talking about with the the coin toss. One of the problems I have with the coin toss with a couple is first, they used to do it live where everybody could see the coin toss to see who wins. Now they don't do the coin toss live. I think they should. That way, everybody knows it's fair. I'm not saying that they're cheating, but again, how does like Ron or Isaiah not win a coin toss, and as many times as they've competed? Yeah. Two, I know like people like Ron doesn't think that the coin toss matters because you got to be able to take a hit as well as you give a hit, and I agree with that. But the people like Turpin who wins the coin toss and then clubs, I think that matters. So what do you guys think?
I'm sorry. I always wait for Ron first. I try to let the champ go first, man.
No, you go first on this one.
I'm sorry. What was the last question to it? I heard your whole statement. I didn't actually.
So the coin toss, do you think it's important or not? How important do you think?
I think it's very important. I actually received a letter back, just so your fans understand. I have been reaching out to Nevada Athletic Commission. Yesterday was my second attempt, and they actually responded this morning when I sent them a repeat and a third one. They finally replied to me and said my messages have been forwarded to the proper authorities. What I am requesting, because my platform covers the sport, specifically the sport, is to be able to view two fighters individual that people are questioning. One who has never won a coin toss and one who has won many coin tosses. And I've asked to see one of all of their videos. One is Ron Bata and the other one is Isaiah Quinones. Just to view for myself so I could say to fans, if possible, to be able to show the fans, but if not, to be able to say, I've witnessed it, it is legit, things like that. So I have a request in, and I finally got a response back early this morning on it that has been forwarded to the proper people. So if I hear something the next few days, I don't want to call them out on not answering too soon. I like to give them a chance. But this is something that should have already been done by other platforms already. They put it out there that's available. Nobody's covering it. So I'm like, hey, can I cover this sport? Can I please? I live right here. I literally live like 2 miles from the athletic commission. I was like, I can come right down there and view it with proper authorities. I know you guys are sanctioned. This ain't the only sport I cover. I also do a lot when I can with Tough Enough, trying to learn about how the fight game works with the athletic commission and stuff. I'm not affiliated with them. I just try and learn a lot, through association. And so I've offered myself to come down even, and I'm waiting now to hear back. They did reply this morning. I figure I'll give them about 1 week and then, maybe start tapping on the door again. I'm not going to give up. But the coin toss is very, very important. When this many people are questioning it and there's money involved, you could bet on it, you should be able to see coin tosses. But why are you not? The NFL does it live on TV. All sports do it. Why can we not just see a coin toss just to kill any rumors going around? If nothing else, just to do that. It just seems very shady. But I have put in a request, and we're hoping to hear something back within the next few more days so I can go down and actually view this myself, just to clear up anything that's going on, any speculation. And I hope that they will respond because this is important for this sport. I can cover a lot of people's, questions about it. And it's not just Ron. I want to be clear. There is a lot of people that have questioned this. Some have not just Ron is not the only one that hasn't won a coin toss yet.
Right.
So it would make it seem legit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it would make it seem legit. And, covering this sport, and people come to my platform to get information. A lot of people, both fighters and fans. So I'm like, covering the sport, I should be able to at least view this and, kill this. Right. And so hopefully we get it done. It's important to get it done, I think.
So what do you think, Ron?
Man, I don't really think it matters too much, honestly. I mean, so far I've squeaked by and still the champion and 0-8 in coin tosses. But something to go with what Brandon said. I personally, I do feel, and I know there was mixed comments about that one. I personally do think the champion should strike first. I mean, the challenger should show that, they've earned their spot to become a champion, by having to take one from them, the champion first. I think the coin tosses, I mean, I understand it's just for betting odds and stuff like that, but especially, when you got somebody that clubs right away, or that's known for clubbing, or I mean, you can affect a lot. Obviously, I mean, with my last matchup, you can affect a lot of the outcome with a club, especially if it don't get called. Luckily, it got called. I mean, there was in me and Turpin's rematch, there was a couple that I thought he did that were probably borderline should have been called, but they didn't get called, or he would have been disqualified, because I know they did call 2 of them. So I think, I mean, the coin toss does play out into effect with that way, but I think more of, the undercard should definitely be live. I think, as Brandon was saying, I think the champion has earned the right to go first. I mean, you're coming to challenge the champion on their home field. I mean, which technically would be the table, whatever you want to call it. That's their home field. They're the champion. I mean, when you go to, for baseball or anything, when you go visit somebody, the home field gets to take the field first. They get to bat last. I mean, so I mean, I should be able to get to hit first. I should be able to try to make you, I should have the best opportunity to go first, being the champion, rather than always the challenger winning.
Right. No, and I agree with that too, because you're defending the title. Yeah, they're coming to get your title, so you should have that opportunity to defend your title. So I completely agree with that. And again, it goes back to, for me, is the clubbing. If you have someone who's continuously known for clubbing, like Russell or for Turpin, who's got that history, they should already forfeit the coin toss to go on first. If you get called for so many clubs, you know what I mean, and you got a history of it, that should already disqualify you for going first.
I definitely agree with Brandon on the coin toss champions. I was like, why don't they put at least one of these good representative fighters on the commission? Because some of these guys got great ideas. When I seen that for Brandon, I was like, damn, that's amazing. Listen to this guy. He's got a point. I reposted it. I definitely think that's a perk for being a champ. I agree with it 100%. But not everybody's a champ, so their coin tosses are still important for those that ain't holding belts and stuff. And it goes back to, making it legit so fans understand that it is legit. We don't have to see everyone all the time. If you want to make it available, but it needs to have some kind of, body, maybe a fighter to come witness it. At least one fighter if they don't want to put it on TV. Something that legit and the fighters can say. A random fighter that gets picked, a champion gets to see the coin toss.
All right, cool. Hey, I'm gonna bring our special guest in. He's in the room. So, what's up, brother?
Hey, we doing?
Doing great, man. And so, we were just talking about the coin toss that your buddy Brandon talked about, and how important that was for a match. So, let me get your opinion on that.
I think that it's, in my opinion, it's not super important as a competitor from that standpoint. In my experience, every time I'm going up there, I'm not looking for the results of the coin toss. I'm making the results of the match. So for me, I don't think in my personal competitive aspect, it doesn't really have much importance.
Yeah, and Ron said that too to me a couple of times too, that that it wasn't as important. Is because he said you got to be able to take a slap as well as you give a slap. And so I think that's how Ron's always looked at it, because Ron's always lost the coin toss. So he always has to be the one to take the slap. My concern about that is the people who club, like Turpin and Russell, people who are known for clubbing. Getting that first shot could be detrimental, I think, to a match.
It can be, that's if you let that club affect you like that. I mean, obviously, other people are different. I had my orbital broken. I was ready to go championship rounds in that match there. Now, what would have happened after? Because I was having a hard time seeing with all the high FEMA going on and everything. Who knows? I could have suffered a greater injury, of course, but that didn't happen, and we're fortunate. But I don't think if you're a competitor and you're too worried about the coin toss,
Right.
You're losing already, I think.
Cool. So, you're going to be at the Powerslap 14. I get you're a coach. You're a coach there.
Mm-hmm.
So,
my first coach experience. I'm really excited.
Cool. What's that like so far?
Congratulations.
New Orleans is awesome. It reminds me of Charleston. A little bit bigger of a city, but
yeah.
I got a nice echo going on here.
Yeah, I can hear that.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
It's better. Yeah, it's really good food. I'm fortunate to be a coach and not competing on this event, so I can really dig in and enjoy it. It's been really nice. It's been humid. It's getting pretty hot out here during the day. We're gonna have rain the rest of the week here, so it'll be all right. Cooler.
So, is this your first time coaching?
Yeah, this is my first time coaching.
Cool. So you got a pro right here, Ron. Ron's Ron, how many times have you coached?
3, I think.
3 times? Yeah.
I think.
So, well, cool, man. So we're going to go over the cards, and we're going to give our predictions of who we think are going to win their matches. So let's start. Now, some of these guys, you guys know better than me. I can't pronounce some of their names, so you guys are going to have to help me with that. But we have Tyler and Vince. These two guys like I've never heard of these guys. Are they new to the sport, or they've been around?
Tyler,
both been around. Go ahead.
I'll let you start, Ron, and we'll just work our way around.
He's muted.
I can't hear.
Yeah,
Ron, you're muted.
Ron, you're muted, Ron.
Oh, I bet.
There you go.
I think Tyler. I don't really know Vince too much. I'm just going off of what I've seen. I mean, these two are not one. I mean, I watched Tyler in Saudi Arabia. I haven't seen Vince compete live, so I mean, I'm just throwing the one I've seen out there. So I don't really have a guess on this one too much. Y'all would know more about this one than I would.
Cool. What do you think, Graves?
I think this is obviously in my weight division, so I'm definitely got my eyes on them both. They're both, a couple fights under their belts, so they bring experience to the table. I really think this is going to go to the distance. You're going to see a great match out of these two. They're not going to want to go down and stay down. They're the type of competitor that's going to fight till the end. So if one of them goes out, that's a knockout. But I really think it's going to go to decision.
What do you think, Terry?
Anybody that pukes on their TV debut, I got to go for Tyler all the way on this one. I got to go for Tyler, man. If he had the balls to puke, he's a winner in my book.
All right, cool. All right. So the next match is Andrew and William. So Andrew Fields and William Shock. We'll go to you again, Ron.
All right. Yeah, I got Andrew Fields. I mean, he's been around long enough, and I mean, he knows what he's doing, and I think he's got this 100% in my mind.
Cool. What do you think, Babyface?
Yeah, I'm going Fields on this one as well. I think he gets the KO. I think you're going to see another KO out of him. He's coming down from 170. This is his first fight at 55. I believe that he needed this weight class from the beginning, but we didn't have it for him available. Nothing against Shockey. He had a good showing out on season 3. He's on season 3, right, Terry?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He was season 3.
So, he's has a couple fights under him, but I think Andrew brings a little bit more of experience and a little bit. That goes a long way in Powerslap. Experience definitely goes a long way.
Cool. What do you think, Terry?
Man, I got to be honest with you. Some of these opinions are based just on, talking to these guys. So,
Right.
Shockey reminds me of Stifler from American Pie. Every time I see him, I see Stifler. So normally I would go with the comedy side, but knowing Andrew's backstory, he doesn't like to bring it up. But being a dad, emotional, I would pick Andrew all the way just because this guy, his backstory.
Right. All right. So this is right here is the match I've been waiting for. So Dwayne Crespo and Manu. So I'm excited to see Manu back. I mean, it's been a while since we've seen Manu. I'm a big fan of Manu, so I'm glad to see him come back. I think Dwayne Crespo. I mean, the guy's tough as nails too. So I think it's going to be a tough match on this. But for me personally, just because I like Manu, I'm going with Manu on this one. Who you got, Ron?
I like both these guys, and I mean Crespo shocked everybody when he beat the Hawaiian Hitman on the scorecards, but McKinney's past couple times I've seen him, he's he wants that super heavyweight belt, so I'm gonna have to probably side with McKinney on this one. Crespo's tough, but I don't think he's getting the W on this one.
Cool. What do you think, Babyface?
This is another really, really great match. Definitely is kind of weird because Crespo's given up a lot of size. He's actually, got the win over the current super heavyweight champ, which I feel they kind of passed Manu up on some of these super heavyweight matches and gave other super heavyweights opportunities that he should have had.
Right.
But that's their job and not mine.
Right.
So, Crespo is a student of the game. He studies a lot. He has a lot of knowledge. He breaks things down to a T. Like, he sits there and he's very, very meticulous. He could have enough strategy to pull this win out. He's shown it in the past. That's his best bet because, you're not moving a brick wall like Manu, obviously.
Right.
He's way undersized, so it comes down to technique and his strategy in this match. And if he can outdo and out-strategize against Manu and throw him off his game or something,
right.
I think he could win out a decision.
Okay. All right, cool. What do you think, Terry?
Well, have you ever seen the movie Moana? McKinney reminds me so much of The Rock's character Maui in that. He looks just like Maui. So I got to go. But aside from that, McKinney, I honestly think that guy is a future champion. I think there isn't a person in that division that he can't beat right now. I think he was way overlooked and underrated for so long. So to see him get this match, I think he's a future champ of that division. I think he could beat everybody in there today if he had to go. So that's my pick on that. McKinney all the way.
All right, cool. So we got Emily and Tyler. So these are two new girls are in the league, right?
Emily's had one
I don't
match.
know either one.
So is
Oh yeah, she was an undercard or something, if I remember.
okay. So, do you guys know anything like about their fighting styles or?
I know
No,
Emily
but I'll
has a
pick the hottest
good
one.
chin. When you see
I'll
him
pick
at
one for
the
you if you want.
when you see him at the face-offs, I mean, it looked like Ty was a little bit more muscular,
Right.
but Emily's last match, she showed that she had a great chin. You know, she didn't budge out of the box at all. She was eating them, delivering clean slaps. We'll see what happens. I don't know what Ty brings as far as experience in combat sports to Powerslap, because I think that's where she's coming from, is like MMA or something. But we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Cool. What do you think, Ron?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Babyface because he knows more about this one. So yeah, I'll just wait and watch the match tomorrow.
All right, cool. So the next one.
Wait. Bring the pictures up. I want to pick. Let me see the pictures again.
What are you talking about? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'll take the one on the left easily.
Yeah, I thought you just picked the
No,
highlight.
I don't know either one of them. I'll take the one on the left.
All right. So the one on the left. All right. So you're picking Emily. That's Emily.
Yep,
so,
sounds good. I don't know. I really don't know much about them in the sport, you know. But if I had to pick one, I'd pick the one on the left, just based on size and stuff.
Okay, cool. All right. So the next one is Brandon Rhodes and Manning. So who you have on this one, Ron?
I got Muniz. I mean, he's went toe to toe with Babyface multiple times. I mean, Babyface always comes out victorious. Brandon Rhodes has got a lot of heart. I mean, you've seen that in the Saudi Arabia match. I mean, he kept, I don't even think he was there, but he kept on going through, kept on pushing through. Dana White even came up there and told him thank you. I mean, he's a tough guy. I don't think it's going to be like a round one and done. But I think Muniz will come out and come victorious on this from decision.
Cool. What do you think, Babyface?
I'd have to agree on the decision. I don't think Brandon has put people out before.
Right.
So is Manny. But I feel like they're at the point in their careers, especially Manny, you're a little bit more experienced. You know what it is like up there to take a slap at this point. And, I don't see him either of them getting a knockout in this match, but Muniz with his experience, I see him getting the decision.
Cool. What do you think, Terry?
This is a welterweight fight, isn't it?
No, it's at 85.
Aren't they fighting now? Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. Manny all the way. Brandon's tough. He takes a hell of a hit. When he took them clubs and got back up, much respect. I would have called the fight right then. But no love, man. He just his last outing, he shocked, I think, a lot of people. 1 minute he was thinking about hanging up. Next minute he's coming back with that kind of win. Manny all the way. He's got that lockdown.
Yeah, and I agree. I think that Manny's a tough guy, and just seeing the matches between him and how those rounds have gone. I kind of got Manny on this one too. So let's go to the next one. Zakir against Cooper. I'm not even trying to pronounce his last name.
For me, I'm thinking Zakir's got the power. I think as long as he doesn't do that upward motion again.
Right.
I think if he keeps it clean and secure, but if he, obviously if he clubs or something like that, I'm gonna give it to Housley because he's got the power to knock people out with the clubs. So, I mean, it really just comes down to whether he keeps it clean or not.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. He has since Powerslap 13 stayed in Vegas. Mark Smith was training with him at the Performance Institute, and they definitely have been trying to coach him away from that push, trying to get him to come out and slap just like everyone else. And, I think what it comes down to is a language barrier. You're sitting there with the translator and talking back and forth. But I mean, since we've been here in New Orleans, dude, you can sit there and you can have a conversation with Zakir now. He understands English a lot better. He can talk to you. He doesn't have to pull his phone out for the translator all the time. He knows a lot more English and can speak a lot more words now. He just has to think about it for a second, and then he'll spit the word out because he's sitting there racking his brain.
Yeah.
But I think now that he's had some time to train with Mark Smith and other people and get away from that push, he's gonna have a better slap. Cooper, he brings good power. He's been dropped before by Pono, but I think that having a better weight cut, he definitely had a better weight cut than he's had in the past. We don't have a sauna here, so he was just kind of walking around outside in the heat and doing it more naturally. So he'll be a little bit more competitive than that match. I think, as long as they're both clean, someone's definitely going to get dropped in this match.
Wow.
We'll see if it's clean.
No, wasn't Zakir in 13? And he ended up losing because of a club? And Danny told him to stick around and he was going to give him another match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. That match, I think that Zakir, I don't know. I don't know if it was a club or not. I mean, I know they called it a club. From that slap, he brought a lot of power. I mean, it was a one and done slap. So I don't know. I think that getting a second chance, I'm gonna bet on Zakir on that one. What do you think, sir?
I got to meet Zakir, and his English has improved. The first thing he said to me when I met him was podcast. And he was pointing at me and grabbing his phone. And he was a great guy. This guy is thick. He's a little bit short, but thick. I had trouble reaching around and giving this guy a hug. His neck is. But Cooper, I think people are forgetting how big Cooper is. I stood next to Cooper, and Cooper's a monster. He's like the Hulk over there, and a wrestler. He's a monster himself. I got Cooper all the way on this. I think people are, really underestimating Cooper's power. I'm happy to see this match. And it's funny because I remember Cooper about 7-8 months ago in my interview told me this was the match he really wanted. So I was happy to see him get this. And when it was announced, I was like, hell yeah, Cooper all the way on this. I think it will end actually by a DQ. Do we know who's got the coin toss by any chance on that one? Anybody?
Not sure.
Yeah, I think Cooper all the way.
Yeah, I don't think they put.
Yeah, I think Cooper gets it. The coin toss could make a difference in that match, though.
Yeah. So that's what did you take the coin toss to make a difference on? All right. So the next match we have is Nate Bernard and Aaron Turner. This is going to be a great match right here. I don't know. I'm leaning more towards Nate on this one, but I think both of these guys are. I think this is going to be a really tough match. So, what do you think, Ron?
I think, I think both these guys are good. I mean, I like Nate. Nate worked his way up to the bell, and then he started falling after that. I think Aaron, he works hard at it. He's always practicing, always training. He's always, doing something. I think it's gonna be a good match, but I think Aaron pulls this one out.
Cool. What do you think, Face?
They're both very solid competitors. I mean, I can't compare to them. They're both just massive compared to me. That's going to be one of the better matches of the night. I think that's two of the biggest boys in the heavyweight division. You can get up there, to compete on stage at the same time. Minus the bell. So, I think this is going to be big time fireworks. They both have massive power, and I think this one this is one of the ones that the coin toss might have a little effect on.
What do you think, Terry? So, who do you have on that one?
I think I'm going to go Buffalo
You asking
Soldier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Buffalo Soldier.
What do you think, Terry?
This is my second favorite match on this card. I don't know how it was on the undercard, but I like both these guys. Are respectable, powerful, and they both bring in a great game. I honestly had Nate for the win on his last one, and I'm going to go with Nate again on this one. And I think it will be a knockout. I think we will see one of these big guys get knocked out. My second favorite match on the card, though, as a great matchup.
Yeah. Cool. All right, so then we got the Chief versus Darren Godfrey. I'm going with the Chief on this one. I don't really know Darren, so it's not kind of fair. But I've seen the Chief out there, and I like the power that the Chief brings. You got Ron.
This is one that I think this is going to be a good matchup. I know there have been complaints about Godfrey, like stepping and clubbing and stuff. I know Chief's got a pretty good chin and a pretty good hit on him. I don't know. I guess I'd probably lean like 1%, 51 and 49 with the Chief. But I think this is going to be a good match.
Cool. What do you think, Babyface?
There's definitely been controversy with their first matchup. Obviously everyone thinks Chief should have got a second strike because flinching happened, right, and it didn't get called, and then he got knocked out right after. So, big time controversy. He's coming in looking to clear all this up. So I think if Darren's able to stay in there, give him his chin, and let the Chief actually deliver a clean slap, I think he's going to have a really hard time competing. So I think I'm going to go Chief on this one.
Cool. What do you think, Terry?
Well, this one. I got a funny story. The Chief, I actually predicted one time at his outing against, I think it was Brandon. I can't remember. I actually predicted him to be the first foul of the night, and I won that. I couldn't believe it. So both, and there was a lot of complaints on Godfrey's side. So both these guys kind of have a little bit of a record of people, not being happy with their fighting style. I think this one's going to be a coin toss. I think whoever wins the coin toss is going to knock the other one out for a strike. So whoever wins the coin toss on this, I say they got this one. Both these guys are strong, powerful, and there's been controversy on both their strikes on both sides. So I don't want to seem like I'm singling out just one. Both guys, people have questioned their strikes in the past. But I did win a prediction on Ali before. I'm being the first foul of the night. I was happy as shit about that.
I'm going to skip the next one. We're going to go to because we're going to talk a little bit about the next one, but so I'm going to skip over in a minute. We're going to talk about the rematch between Trujillo and McGregor. That last match between those two guys was freaking incredible. I mean, the way that they went against each other, and I think that a lot of credit goes to Ron for Dakota to be able to stay in the match as long as he was able to. So I think this is going to be another great match. I'm hoping to see, of course, Dakota win this one, but I don't know, Robert Trujillo, that's a tough guy to get past. So what do you think, Ron? I mean, you were there at the last match.
Yeah, I was there. He got knocked down around 2 or around 3. And he's going to jump right back up. I told him to stay down. And, he actually listens. He listens to his corner. So I do like McGregor for that one. And, I mean, if I'm being honest, when you look at their faces after the matchup, McGregor did more damage to Trujillo or Robert. I don't want to mispronounce it, but to Robert. But Robert's got that power on McGregor, and he just kept rocking him every time. So I'm thinking Robert's got this one again. I don't think it's going to be, quick. I think it's going to be just like last time. It's going to go all 5, but I think Robert's going to pull this one out.
Cool. What do you think, Babyface?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's just a matter of, Robert's just been at the top of this division for too long. It's going to take someone very, very, very different to be able to come in and clear out the division before taking him on. You know what I'm saying? Because it's stacked right now, and I just think that Robert's a fierce competitor. I've called him out myself. I want a piece of him. I want to see what he's got.
Right.
Because I think that's going to be one day. That'll be a really great match, me and him. But I just think he's got everyone's number at 155 so far. I don't think it's changing anytime soon.
Yeah. What do you think, Terry?
Honestly, I agree with Anthony, but I think there's actually 2 divisions, and I'm not buttering up to Anthony here, but I think there's 2 divisions that they're in trouble with because there's no competition there right now. There's babyface division, and then there's Robert, and I just don't think. I think they've thrown the best at them, and if they don't bring in new talent soon, we got champions on lockdown there. We are seeing moves over in the heavyweight now with Wes and Aaron Turner, but I think on those 2 divisions, we're not going to see a new champ for a while if they don't bring in new talent. I just don't see it. So Robert all the way on that.
Cool. All right. And then the title match, it was, we were talking about Wes. You got Damien DeBell versus Wes Minna. Me, I don't know. I think it's going to take somebody really Damien off of that title. Damien's just, that guy's a beast. So I got Damien on this one. How about you, Ron?
Yeah, I got the bell. I mean, Wes Minna hits hard, and he's a big dude. But I know he's done a couple clubs in the past, and I know the bell actually did get rocked a couple times against disturbing the peace.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that he went home and fixed that because, I mean, he did just like he always did and just stood there with his chin wide open and realized he's getting rocked now. So I think he fixed that, and I think the belt takes this one.
Cool. What do you think, Face?
I think when it comes down to it, he's the champion for a reason. He's still, I mean, he's younger than everybody on the roster. He's he's one of the babies on the roster, but brings, if not the most, one of the most competitors with the most experience in the sport. That's another division that's locked down, and it's really going to take someone very, very special to come and take that belt from Damien. Wes, he's all credit to him. He's been doing some work, but I think he's a little bit undersized. Needs a little bit more experience under his belt to really, really compete. And it's good to get your foot wet. It's good to have the title shot. That's great experience, but it's going to be. I think that's what it is for him. Is going to be a learning experience that he's really just not on that level yet.
Cool. What do you think, Terry?
With Damien, you never poop on that champion. I think Wes will give him a good run, but Damien has just proven himself. I remember how nervous he was going against Nate, and he went in there, and we all seen what he did to Nate easily. Even Nate was shocked. So I learned not to. I won't be betting money on this. Just to be clear, this is a really good match, my favorite of the night. But I'm going to give the slight edge, and this one will be a knockout. I'm pretty sure. The slight edge to Damien.
Cool. So you got DeBell on this one too. All right, guys. So this is the one we were waiting to talk about. My boy Vern Cathy versus so this is another rematch. Vern was able to win the last one on this one. So this is my problem with the fight. Is Turpin came in again overweight on this one. So they're changing they're changing kind of the rules on this one. Does that play in Vern's favor or in Austin's favor? In you guys' opinion, who do you think's going to come out on top on that match? What do you think, Ron?
I mean, obviously, I want Vern too. I mean, I like Vern. Vern's, wholesome guy. I think them changing the weight class to heavyweight, because it was set at 225, for them to change it yesterday like they did, so he can come in at 236. That don't help Vern at all. I mean, that only helps Turpin. I mean, because now, you were already used to being at 205. Now he's already meeting Turpin at 225. Well, hell, now you're giving him more weight. I mean,
Right.
So Vern came in at 224, and that's probably him walking around. Whereas Turpin came in at 236 and may have lost a few pounds. But once he goes and eats tonight and everything, he's going to be back up to 250, 260. So, he's given up a huge weight advantage. But, Vern's gotten through him before. So, not saying he can't this time.
Yeah. So you think that Turpin's going to get it because of the weight?
No, I'm still going with Vern.
Cool. What do you think, Babyface?
It's unfortunate that it's been 3 times that he's missed weight now, but he always brings the show. He brings the energy. Is it getting, has it been too long since we've seen him and now it's, everyone's over him? What are we going to see on Friday night tomorrow? Is he going to be washed up and get blistered by Vern again while missing weight? That would be really, really embarrassing for him. It's just, it depends on who we're going to see. Are we going to see the Terp from old that was vicious and that's who everyone tuned into Powerslap to see? Or are we going to see one that's checked out and gave up?
Right.
Who knows?
So my only thing with that is, though, he talks and puts on a show, but he repeats himself over and over again. It's Rhonda's bitch ass, and he's got a damn stutter whenever he says it. He can't even get it out clearly because he's trying to think of something new, and he's saying the same things that we've heard over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you got on this one, Terry?
Honestly, I'm very disappointed in Turpin. For the guys that put their body through hell and make weight, it's an insult, man. These guys punish. A lot of these guys make weight. Very few don't. And for him to have this many strikes, it's an insult to the sport, the fans, and the fighters that are making weight. I have Vern down for this easily. I can't believe that they even let this guy compete. They should have found a replacement because, to my knowledge, Vern would have made weight. I was pretty damn close, to my knowledge. And it's just an insult. The guy disgusts me personally with the sport right now. For all the people who are representing it good, I just, on their behalf, I would say, man, get the fuck out of their way. Excuse my language. It's just an insult. I'm disappointed because I really was one that was trying to play devil advocate for him and say, hey, give the guy a chance. Maybe he's got room in this sport on a mic or something. But when he does that, and the last people that are out here defending him, he lets him down. What am I supposed to say about this guy? He's just poor. I hope that Turpin not only knocks the hell out of him, I hope he doesn't kick for him again. Or I'm sorry, Vern. I hope Vern knocks the hell out of him.
Right.
Very disappointed in Turpin.
Well, I think that Babyface brought up a good point too. If Turpin loses this, what happens to Turpin after this? You lost to if you lose to Vern twice, and you've come in overweight the last 3 matches.
Now you're just talking. Now you're just talking shit. That's what he's doing. Now you're really just a shit talker.
Yeah. So that's the thing. So where's that leave him in the league? Data's got to finally let this guy go, or he's got to drop all the way to the bottom and work himself way all the way back to the top. If there's only
From at heavyweight,
or make him go to heavyweight. And I know that that there's some objection about him going to heavyweight without saying, but I think he needs to. I mean, if he doesn't want to lose the weight, then he should have to compete with the big boys. And then if he doesn't compete with the big boys, if he gets up there and he gets slapped around from the big guys, then he's done. I mean, you got to pick a side. You got to pick a side. Light heavyweight, do what you need to do in light heavyweight, or you can be heavyweight and go fight the big boys. That's that's kind of how I see it with Turpin. And if Turpin loses this, I don't know. I just don't see anywhere in the league for him. That's just my opinion. So
it's just disappointing. It's very disappointing. He is. I don't want to sit here and smash him the whole time. I think his actions speak loud enough. I think the fans are speaking, the fighters are speaking. Just very disappointing.
Yeah. So if you guys could each give a upset match, what do you think the upset match was going to be? Ron.
I think to me,
Cooper Zakir.
Is that yours? I think mine would be West and the Bell. I mean, if West beats the Bell, I think that's to me the most. I mean, nothing against West. I don't think he was quite ready for the Bell yet. I think he still needed another match or two.
Who did you say, Babyface?
Cooper and Zakir.
I think that's gonna be the upset match.
Yeah, I think everyone's counting Cooper out. We'll see.
Cool. What do you think, Terry?
I have Cooper for the win on that one. So I will say I have to agree that if West wins, not to take anything away from his game, but I think nobody has him down for the win, even though it's a great match. So I would say that would be the shock of the night.
Cool. I have
West
too. I think that the Bell, Minna, if West takes out the Bell, I think that's going to be a huge upset. And I think the Dakota McGregor Robert Trujillo match, if Dakota is able to beat Robert, I think that'd be huge too. So I'm gonna throw two of them out there. Well, cool guys, that was it, man. So both. You have to ask you guys both about your matches too, because we talked to Ron a little bit about his match in Powerslap 13, and then you had to go back and defend your match or your title, Babyface, in 13. Kind of run us through that real quick before we go.
What was that?
Your match over in Powerslap 13.
What about
you came back and you won that. Kind of run that match back for us.
Oh, it was awesome. I gave Azael all the respect. I came into that match a little bit nervous because he was talking, a big power coming down from the middleweight division. So I trained my neck big time for that. I upped my game when it comes to my training techniques and stuff like that, and just went all out. And I just went up there with the goal to perform. I really, with them bringing in these wrestlers and me coaching them and at these training camps and telling them like, hey guys, they're bringing you in for a reason. It's supposed to be a show. This is show time. You're up there, take full advantage of it. So I tried to lead by example, and I got all these people looking up to me. I got to go out there and I got to show them how it's done, type of deal. So I really feel like I hit the nail on the head. You couldn't really draw it up any better. It was the performance of a lifetime so far, and I aim to top it. So I set the bar pretty damn high. We'll see what happens.
Right. I love the double tap. Whenever when you slap them and they hit the table and they go down, that's classic, man. I sent that text to you after it happened, man. I was just the fight itself is just a beautiful fight, man. I mean, you went in there, you handled business, you kept your title, and now you're everywhere, man. I see you on social media. you're doing guest appearances everywhere. You're working with Austin Fairley on different events. So what do you have coming up?
So we're gonna have Motor City MMA's fight nights, the second fight nights. That's gonna be September 13th in Port Huron, Michigan. We're doing a little giveaway. I got a duffel giveaway set up with a autographed hand from Powerslap 13 from all the competitors and stuff like that. My little bit of fight kit gear. So that's pretty cool. He's got a free ticket plus duffel bag giveaway win for that. I'm pretty sure August, I'm trying to get to another MMA fight event close to my hometown of Michigan. I'm actually going next week, going to visit my girlfriend in Vegas for the week. So I'm going everywhere. It's crazy.
I saw you and Brandon doing a guest appearance somewhere.
Yeah, that's going to be the same fight nights. Yep.
Cool. Awesome.
When are you moving out here?
I don't want to think about that yet, Terry.
It is, Anthony, I want to be clear. We get super hot months, but only in about 2.5 of them. And our nights are beautiful here, man. They really are. Don't let the heat keep you from all this. Consider it, man.
It's the no green and no wildlife for me.
Yeah, it does suck. But that is all out west. Everywhere. Colorado, I started to have to adapt that. There was no grass anywhere. And coming from Michigan, everything was green, and you get like 200-foot tall trees. And I went there, and I was like, damn, there's no grass anywhere. So that does take adapting. But, man, if you enjoy the nightlife, I like being able to do stuff around the clock. And this is the only place I found in this continent that we could do it. You can go get a donut at 2 a.m, a drink. You can go to a dispensary. You can do anything around the clock here.
Yeah, that is true.
Hey, Terry, how many times you try to get Ron out there?
Ron, that ain't happening. Trust me. When I moved out here, I moved out for 2 reasons. It was to cover this sport and for my girlfriend's martial arts training. And I've been talking to Ron since. It ain't happening. Trust me. There's all kinds of stuff going on in his life that just prevents him. But I won't ever quit trying.
Yeah, I mean, she wanted to go out there when the kids are older. I mean, we fly out there with the kids on Monday, so we're going to spend a week out there.
Oh, hey, I got to take off. I'm running behind. I got to head to another podcast, so I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you
having me. Have a good one, Anthony. Have fun out there.
Oh, we do. We got to run today.
I got to get ready to bounce too, actually.
I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you.
I got about 25 minutes, and I got an interview.
All right, cool. So we're going to wrap it up. So we got our predictions in. And we'll come back and see how things go with this match. I want to thank jumping in and give us his predictions as well. I know he's extremely busy. He's one of the coaches at Part 14. So, and I know making them giving predictions when they're doing coaching is tough because some of these guys he's going to have to be in the corner with. So, kudos to him for coming on and still coming and doing the predictions with us. But I want to thank you too, Ron, man. It's always great talking to you, brother.
Thank you, bud.
He's falling asleep. A little tired over there.
Man, it's been a long month. We just had stuff going on, and then, like I said, we wrap it up with the kids' vacation next week. It's been a long month.
Yeah.
So,
well, hit me up when you're in Vegas. I won't bother you, but just hit me up. Let me know you made it here safe and stuff. I may slip down to the palace at night when the kids are, taking care of and stuff. I might run over there and catch up with you.
That sounds good, bud.
All right. I do got to get bouncing so I can get ready for this interview. Parks, I can't thank you enough for bringing me on, and it's always a pleasure being with the champions this time. That was really cool.
Right? Yeah, that was a lot of fun to both of them at the same time. All right, so
hey, keep up what you're doing. I love what you're doing.
I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate you coming in and sharing your knowledge too. I know that a lot of people see you as really controversial, but I like it that you tell things.
I love it.
Is, you know what I mean? So
yeah, and sometimes they need it.
Yeah.
They need a voice for the fans and the fighters. So keep in mind, these people message me and stuff because I will be the one to speak up. They've tried other outlets that wouldn't do something. So it's working. I think I'm doing something a little different. It took beans to do it, but I think people are catching on, starting to see some of the people who are starting to cancel me, starting to come back.
Right.
And they're coming back on other platforms. Why one started to shrink, the other one started to grow. So I was like, this didn't hurt me at all. It really did help. So it's working. It's something new. And I was willing to put it all on the line. I was like, this is going to make or break, but everybody else is doing the same stuff, same questions, same interviews. Let me do something different. And with a shock radio background, I was like, let me go back to what I know.
Well, you're definitely shocking positive waves with but I love it though. I love watching your show. And I
appreciate you.
too. So all right, guys.
Listen, you guys have a wonderful one.
Cool. All right, guys. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us on this this episode of Crossman Productions. Again, I want to thank Ron and Babyface and Terry for jumping on with us. We gave our predictions. Feel free to put your predictions in the comments, and we'll see what you guys think for Powerslap 14, which is tomorrow. So go check that out. Until next time, you guys remember, you are uniquely designed with a purpose, and always keep moving forward. Peace.